co măng yếu bánh tóc bài một hộp chăm miệng luôn anh go. So look at my hair. My hair is wet. Oh, look at here. My shirt is wet. A little bit wet now, but sometimes when it rains a lot, well, you get wet through. Wet through. So you say rain is good and dolphins. Can you say rain is good for fish, crab, crocodile. Our school looks like a rich school. We have extensive facilities. We have 2 tennis courts, a football field, 3 swimming pools. We have a skate park, everything you can dream of. Some people don't understand. I mean, the Khmer are very fascinated with that. They are quite happy. But Western people, sometimes they don't understand. They think, why all this? Is it really necessary? In Cambodia, there is no such thing as a leisure center for the children. Only children of the rich could enjoy all those sport activities. Poor children roam the streets. So all this leads to activities like drugs and so. I would like to offer them other opportunities. Those facilities will be open free of charge to children in the area. I am fed up of the Khmer images linked all the time to misery. We need to have something to show that, we can be proud of the present as well. Not of, a mall or something like that, but a cultural, an educational institution that doesn't look like a factory. Why do the best schools in the West have all those facilities? Are they just for showing off? No, it is because they serve a purpose. Children blossom when they are in a beautiful environment that offers them everything they need. I want my school to offer everything that a good Western school has. So it will be a school comparable to any schools in the West. Well, it was somewhere here in this area that I grew up. There was no buildings like this. It was just houses, wooden houses on stilts. So we lived here, and my parents had a small business on the street, on the pavement, like these people. My father had a bicycle repair kit, and my mother had a coffee stall. My mother was a very traditional girls don't play in the street, girls don't do this, and girls don't do that. So what did I do? I ended up spending time under the bed. That was my retreat, reading all the time. It served me well. My parents were very poor then, but it was a credit to them. They sent us all to school, and they managed always to give us pocket money. I saved money in a piggy bank all the time, and I was very aware since an early age of how hard our life was. I knew that we couldn't afford tailoring or anything, so I wanted to try myself, my skill. And of course, I couldn't buy, for example, materials. What did I do? I just took my mother's scarf and I cut them into pieces, tried to make a blouse for myself and so on, and it was a disaster. That's to give you an idea of how poor we were. But, as I say, my parents were quite forward-minded, and they managed to send us all to school. When it came to school, I was always, happy, and I hated holidays. I went to a very good school. It was a government school, so I went to the same school as children of powerful officials, of royalties, and so on. And because I did well, I moved to the secondary school. And in the second year of my secondary school, I got a scholarship, so I went to live in boarding schools. So the boarding facilities still exist. It's that building. Then I had to choose a subject to go to university. I had to make a decision. And I really was good in science, biology, and so on, and I wanted to be a doctor. But there was no way I could do that because it would be a 7-year study, and I couldn't really let my parents go on working like that. So I decided to go into teaching. It was also a good decision because I got a scholarship with the French government for a postgraduate study in France. I left in 1972, just after the war started in Cambodia. I was meant to come back in 1975, but it was not meant to be because the Khmer Rouge came in April. That's what saved me in the end because, had I come back, I don't know, I might be one of those people, ending up in S21. We heard from people and from the media that Cambodia had massacred its citizens. There was starvation going on. I thought it was an American propaganda, anti-communist propaganda, and so on. So we refused somehow to believe those rumors. But then one day we were invited to go and visit a refugee family. They told us horror stories about how they escaped from the Khmer Rouge.
Oh, goodness. That'll be multicolored now. Oh, it had green. Sorry, that's my fault. I mixed up the yellow and the blue. It's okay, and then have... Good. Go.
That is good. Cool.
Lovely. Okay.
Now, can we have a blue here?
Oh, I like it. Just like so. Let's get ready for it.
In Cambodia, when I was young, I still remember everybody, every day, every night, they would gather and then they would talk about Buddha's prediction or Put's prediction. And in Put's prediction, it was said that one day Cambodia would be bathed in a sea of bloodshed. But they said one day Seametrey Buddha would come to save Cambodia.
ព្រោះក្នុងភាពឯកាព្រោះក្នុងភាពឈឺផ្សាភាពលំបាកតោយ៉ាងប៉ុណ្ណាក៏គុណក៏ព្រីចំពោះដែររាល់ថ្ងៃគិតមើងងាយគេតែរៀលថាខ្លួនស្មោកក្រោកក៏ព្រោះតែរស់នៅជាមួយសម្រាប់ដើម្បីតែក្រពេល
The wheels of history started in 1969, and it was linked to the geopolitical situation of the time with the war in Vietnam and so on. Cambodia was supposed to be a neutral country, but Sihanouk sided with the communist Vietnamese. The Americans had an excuse to come into Cambodia and bomb our villages. And at the same time, the economic situation deteriorated. Sihanouk refused the U.S. aid. So at the end, in 1969, the situation was really dramatic. Sihanouk set up a new government headed by Lon Nol.
ការមកបំណុលខ្ញុំប្តីធ្វើមេធំដល់មានអីទេប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាពេលហ្នឹងអ្នកណាក៏ដឹងតែផ្លោងចូលទៅទីក្រុងកិច្ចមួយថ្ងៃយើងផ្លោងចំផ្ទះថ្មមកងាប់ពីលើរហូតដល់ក្រោមដូច្នេះការរស់នៅនៅក្រោមកប៉ាល់ហោះបាញ់នៅក្រោមទម្លាក់គ្រាប់បែកចឹងក្នុងមានដឹងស្រាប់សង្គ្រាមគឺមិនសប្បាយទេខ្លាចព្រាត់ផ្ទះកូនចៅចឹងជួកាលឃើញមកគ្នាប្រឹកនឹងល្ងាចឡើងជួកាលងាប់ទៅក៏មានវាផ្លោងខ្លាំងហើយដូច្នេះធ្វើធំប៉ុន្មានក៏អត់សប្បាយ ដល់ពោតចូលមកវាហត្ថវេទនាជាងអាលន់ណុលនឹងទៀតចំណន់លន់ណុលនឹងទៀត nó cái rôm nó mi nha cái rôm nó lại ná cái rôm nó bốc cô ta thoáng tàu.
At that time, the good people were more or less Khmer Rouge or Khmer Rouge sympathizer. We simply wanted a corruption-free society and we believed in them.
Chanh ca chặt buồn mà ngày đầm pal mê xa nó mong pal pal rút cỏ chụp bên tì còng à ca pe ca nó kiếm chặt đam chụp po tới pet của bột chôn nó bia sẽ thả ao chanh bên tì còng bay ngay của ấy Americ nên từng đặt cái pa họ chụp màu hay mình nẹp được xôn chấm con nom đi rút đập pet rút đài ở đây nhầm chung cái phượng thọ tê ở đây ai muốn nâng tập cha muốn nâng rút thửประกาศ con เอาประปนหิมสันนะประปนชื่อปูให้ปูจัดมีจัดการได้เราช่วยพ่องบ่มช่วยยำอัดเอาไอ้ใจเนี่ยยำจงกับเพลิงไงยำอัดเธอไอ้ตะก่อนน่ะช่วยประกาศ con เอาประปนหิมสันดอกประกาศบานให้มีจัดบานผัดปีเมาก็จับไป con หนักมาปลาเวียให้ขยำก็จับดาวเมาแล้วจะดอลบามเป่า ដោយផ្លាស់ប្ដូរហើយពោលវាឲ្យទៅតាមផ្លូវជាតិលេខ 2 ថាស្រុកនៅណានៅតកៅដូច្នេះវាឲ្យទៅនឹងដើរពីភ្នំពេញពីបាមពោទៅដល់វត្តគូដែលខ្ញុំទៅហ្នឹងវា26ថ្ងៃវាឲ្យ20វាដេកនឹងបានមួយអាទិត្យឲ្យចូលដេកនឹងវត្តគូនឹងមួយអាទិត្យក៏ជំនះទៅភូមិមួយព្រៃខ្មោចហ្មងវាសង់ខ្ទមឲ្យនៅដូចថាយកប្តីវាយចោលអស់ញីរួមមកយកទៅដាក់ចោលហ្នឹងសង់រោងពកស្លឹកហ្នឹងហើយនៅហ្នឹង
There are two aspects why they did this and why they were able to do this. Why they did this, in my opinion, and this is totally my own opinion, right? It's not, in history books or anything. I think Cambodian people has experienced a lot of humiliation during their history. And the fact that we were an empire didn't help. That left a lot of humiliation and resentment when we lost this power. And I think that caused a design to have a revenge on history. You know, it's better to blame other people than oneself. We blamed the Thai, we blamed the Vietnamese, we blamed the French. We blame everybody but ourselves. And the Khmer Rouge, they use vocabulary like going back to the glorious Angkor time. At that time, we didn't have machineries, we didn't have bulldozer, cranes, tractors, but we still built the Angkor temples. No one else could do that at that time, and we could. So everything they did it to connect to the past. It's not only that, nobody in the world could achieve this utopia to have a perfect communist country. The Chinese failed. The Soviet failed. We are going to succeed where everybody else failed. We are going to have a perfect communist country.
Bà toàn màu không à? Bà?
Như tua trai. Ôi, cảm ơn ông đi chắc cả là chắc không mà. Nhưng mà nhưng mà
Bà nào ấy?
ôi trời.
Cái nơi nào rồi nó nó muốn nó nuốt mà cái
xong rôn bỏ sập năng hơi nơi nắng đòi bàn pi dục ngày phải chỉ mong bay ngày thì mà phải con vô cả năng miên cả đòi mưa tới đăng ngày phải bay vì mong phải bay nó phải khom miên màu người ta là lấy mua chấm ướn á tại ta thưa ca nào thưa ca nó kẻ phum ở đâu vô pôn con tàu ấy bục mày nhom yum hui tha tại do tàu chân ba chỉ sắm lập cháuเลยở miền tây cái ở ta hào thưa cá cưng chân này hai ba với sập bẹt nhom tha có màu nhom yum ấyจะยมยัดcây sắm lắmโดยเฉพาะเอาไปตามสมรู้เต้าแล้วแต่บ้านพันปีเมาโซพังnó bục mấy bà thì dùng khả năng hay nhập phu nó cái sả lạnh cái mau ta con tại nó cái bánh nó còn phu mà ta chẳng hay nó nghe hiên chung là cái ta cũng chung mà ta dùng nhà po cho tiệm nó nghe chung ấy năng bèo có tha bèo mình đi năng năng
còn mình năng
đi năng năng mai
mình đâu có nôm mà nôm thì nói năng á
dạ
Before like her home is around here.
hay ở miền này
Ở Tân Nam bà đã hỏi.
chắc chết lắm kẻ có thật chết lắm á là bọc bay ru cái vô đâm bay xì ai
Before like there is a leaf, the house made by a leaf, so now they use it to burn fire or something already.
cái vô mình đã trao nó đòi ở miền mình nào ấy
Because no one live here.
mẹ mặt tôi đông thực đi lâu cái này chuyện nó thứ nó chia tao chua đam bánh á
đó là tăng vì video đây lập cho hay vì tại bộ pôn đang thưa ca ở vì mà lại miền con tôi tới hay tật rồi chấm năm không mà ngay ở ban mà rồi mình hay thông á hay để gì luôn vì tôi cho thông nào bệnh nhân sao giờ lấy tất cái bom tức sân mình sẽ rồi mà ngay ở group chấm luôn phật ha sắp đến ngày ha sắp rồi chấm năm nó lên nâng hai mỗi sma PC có mặc bông xám nè mình thật tất cái họ mình có gì đi ហើយកូនខ្ញុំយកមកខ្ញុំចម្រាច់ចូលថាកាឲ្យកូនពីរអ្នកនឹងស៊ីហើយខ្ញុំខ្លួនឯងគ្មានទឹកដោះហើយកាលហ្នឹងកោទៅបបរដាក់ស្ករឲ្យកូនហូបមានម៉ែសិពេចហ្នឹងហើយពិសេសខ្ញុំរែកដីពូកែខ្ញុំដល់កូនបានធំតិចបានមួយឆ្នាំមកខួបអីទៅខ្ញុំរែកដីពូកែលេខ1គេឲ្យលេខពូកែព្រោះគេថានាងប្តីគេយកទៅវាយអញ្ចឹងតែមិនខំធ្វើការគេយកទៅសម្លាប់ចោលហើយខ្ញុំនឹកអាណិតកូនចេះខំធ្វើការទៅតែអត់ឈប់ណាក៏ផ្សោខ្ញុំថាខ្ញុំពូកែដែរខ្ញុំធ្វើការថាហើយឯងអត់ដឹងធ្ងន់ទេនឹកឃើញថាឲ្យតែកូនរស់ពួកគេចេះសឹកប្រាប់អញ្ចឹងខ្វះអីគេដូចខ្ញុំដែរគេយកប្តីទៅហើយដឹងពីយំ4-5ថ្ងៃបាត់ខ្លួនគេថាគេយកទៅសម្លាប់ចោលឃើញទេខ្ជិលធ្វើការងារគេថាដាក់ក៏មិនចំណេញដកក៏មិនខានដូច្នេះគេយកទៅវាយចោលហើយដូច្នេះខ្ញុំមានស្មារតីមួយគឺផឹងផែនធ្វើការអត់អស់ពីស្អប់ខ្ញុំធ្វើការនេះ ថាបានទេតង់យួនបាញ់តក្រាបអាពតរត់ចឹងទៅនាំនេះឲ្យពីពិសេសដូចតាំងរបៀបដូចអាផ្នែកក្រហមទៀតដែរភូមិណាអ្នកណានៅភូមិណាទៅភូមិនឹងទៅដាក់មីក្រូចឹងណានឹកឃើញថាទៀតដែរអានេះឲ្យភូមិណាទៅភូមិណាដូច្នេះលែងនៅស្រុកស្រែទៅនៅពេញគំនិតថាចង់ទៅនៅផ្ទះពេញខ្លួនឯងវិញដូចថាមានថាដូចថាមកពុបដូចរួចយើងរួចចេញពីគុកចឹងអាហ្នឹងគុកអត់ចិញ្ចាំងយើងរួចជាសบายចិត្តដែរហើយកូនអត់ខ្លាចហត់ទេហើយទៅពេញពីតកៅនឹងខេត្តទៅដល់ពេញហើយទៅចេញពីពេញមកបើ28 29ថ្ងៃដល់ត្រឡប់ទៅវិញដើរឆែកទៅតែ3ថ្ងៃទៅមកដល់ពេញ
You know, when we came to Cambodia, well, for me, I knew I had no more family, but my husband was not the same. His family was from Kampong Cham, and he heard from time to time from Kamsan, who was his cousin and with whom he lived when he was a young boy and a teenager. And from time to time, she came to see us. And one day, when my husband was ill and diagnosed with cancer, I phoned her. I said, Ken was diagnosed with lung cancer. And as soon as she heard that, she took the bus to come to Phnom Penh, woke up at 3 a.m., and by 3 p.m., she was here. When my husband died, I wanted to, show my gratitude. So I asked her whether she wanted to give an education to her grandchildren, who was born of the mother she delivered on the day the Khmer Rouge came to power. So that little girl grew up to become a mother, and she had 2 children, Samrat and Sripik. And I say there is no future for them. If you want to give them a future, come to Phnom Penh. When she came, I didn't have a role for her or anything, but then she was very active. She helped wherever needed without me prompting her or asking her anything. So she cleaned, she washed, she helped with the children at the nursery and so on. She helped at the gate, greeting parents. So little by little, her role grew. I consider her like the school mother because, like a mother, she looked after everybody, did everything. And although she was old, she was very active and never complained. Each time I asked her, "Are you all right? Is it too hard for you? If you are hard, you have to rest." And so she always told me, "You know, after what I lived through in the Khmer Rouge, nothing is hard for me anyway. And I'm fed, I have a roof over my head, I don't have to worry. And my grandchildren, go to school, they speak English. So nothing else bothers me." She's ever so positive and so grateful for everything.
Đông rồi hút cái sệ. Pin Nam mà. Con nó phải chơi chơi
Chán, salad gói chán, cái chán bún rồi. Còn anh ăn của anh chanh khéo ơi.
Fireman. Fireman. Ôi thì đọc fry đó gì ọt bạc. Number fireman. Ôi not fireman, it's a fireman. Okay, let's say firefighter.
Anh bao cho anh cặp bia xanh bao cho
ở thầy là chăng.
ê
Thế ở thầy chăng. Nòm nè con của mau đài.
chơi trăng bia mình ác cô tê
Bà bao tập crab ấy. Mà có bao chứ.
đạm tiền anh
Ừ.
bọn đạm mình ai bao cho
ខ្ញុំគិតថាជីវិតខ្ញុំហ្នឹងវាចិត្តពីចិត្ត3វាចុងក្រោយហើយបានគាត់ថាអ្វីដែលបានមានប្រយោជន៍ខ្ញុំត្រូវតែធ្វើរហូតដល់ពេលចុងក្រោយដូច្នេះចង់ថារស់នៅអ្វីដែលមានប្រយោជន៍កុំឲ្យប្រយោជន៍ខ្ញុំធ្វើតែដូច្នេះកម្លាំងខ្ញុំនៅមាំរឹងមាំធ្វើបានខ្ញុំធ្វើរហូតដល់ពេលណាដែលខ្ញុំថាខ្ញុំធ្វើលេងកើតនឹងបានខ្ញុំសុំឈប់ឥឡូវខ្ញុំនៅមានកម្លាំងពេញធ្វើការជួយមីងហើយណាមួយចៅខ្ញុំ6 7ឆ្នាំមកមីងចិញ្ចឹមរហូតទាំងចៅទាំងយាយនោះគឺកម្លាំងចិត្តនោះវាអស្ចារ្យវាដូចថានឹកគុណមីងអត់ភ្លេចត្រូវតែដូចថាមានគំនិតមួយថាជួយមីងរហូតដល់ថ្ងៃស្លាប់ចាអ៊ំចា
So Yukin house, Yukin was my husband's name. He designed the house and supervised the building and so on. The house was built to be a school. So we started to have primary classes in the building here where the guest rooms are. But they were not really designed to be classrooms because they were quite small. Then the house next door became vacant, and I thought it was a golden opportunity to have a school just next door. We decided to rent the house. From the beginning, I thought we could convert the school into a guest house, and it's what we did. So we set up a page on TripAdvisor, and we started to have good guests coming in. I explained in the on the website that we did this for the school and so on, and it pleased people, and that's how we started to have guests. And it has really been a blessing to have Yukin House.
Maybe half
Wanna-
half spoon.
Half spoon.
And then half of
Teaspoon.
two.
Scary.
អូខេឆាប់អើយ
ដល់រួចទៅប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំអត់ទាន់ធ្វើការមួយជាឈរមួយទេខ្ញុំធ្វើការនៅកន្លែងផ្សេងប៉ុន្តែកូនខ្ញុំនៅសាលាជាឈរមួយយើងអត់សូវមានលុយបានយើងជួលផ្ទះនៅជាមួយគ្នាចាគឺចេញគ្នាទៅណាដូចថាមិត្តភក្តិគេចង់ដូចថាយើងមានកូនគេអត់មានកូនអញ្ចឹងណាគេចង់យើងលើបានសម្រេចចិត្តថាគេចាក់ចេញពីយើងអញ្ចឹងយើងក៏អត់មានលុយច្រើនសម្រាប់ជួលផ្ទះទេព្រោះថ្លៃខ្ញុំបានទៅជួលផ្ទះមួយនៅខាងលើខ្ពស់ចាកណ្ដាលមានទូចាដល់ហើយបានលូរីនចាបានលូរីនគាត់ទៅលេងសុកលៀបទៅលេងពួកខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងគាត់ឃើញវាថាมันសមរម្យនឹងការរស់នៅអញ្ចឹងណាចុះខ្លាច់ធ្លាក់ខ្លាច់ឲ្យកូនអញ្ចឹងបានគាត់មកគ្រូជាមួយឈរមួយបានឈរមួយសម្រាប់ចិត្តថាយកខ្ញុំមកនៅទីនេះចាបងគាត់ឲ្យកន្លែងមួយបន្ទប់មួយសម្រាប់ពួកខ្ញុំនៅរយៈពេល5ឆ្នាំអញ្ចឹងរយៈពេល5ឆ្នាំណាតាំងឈរមួយហៅខ្ញុំមកនៅនឹងរហូតគាត់ឧបត្ថម្ភការហូបចុកនិងការរស់នៅនិងការងារធ្វើជាមួយគាត់ខ្ញុំសប្បាយចិត្តមែនតើសប្បាយចិត្តនឹងថាសប្បាយចិត្តជាឈរមួយនិយាយទៅសប្បាយចិត្តជាមួយជាឈរមួយច្រើនជាងអ្នកណាទាំងអស់ព្រោះគាត់បានឲ្យខ្ញុំរស់នៅកន្លែងនេះចាសមរម្យជីវិតរបស់ខ្ញុំគឺថារុងរឿងណាចាខ្ញុំស្មានមិនដល់កន្លែងហ្នឹងដើម្បីគឺថាឲ្យវារីកដុះដាលទៅមុខកាន់តែច្រើនជាងហ្នឹងទៅទៀតខ្ញុំចង់ចេះគឺខ្ញុំចង់យល់គឺខ្ញុំចង់ដឹងខ្ញុំអត់ខ្លាចហត់ទេកន្លែងអស់ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំចង់បានណាដូចថាកាន់តែច្រើនជាងហ្នឹងគឺល្អចេះច្រើនគឺល្អ
There is a huge task. There are so many organizations in need, so many poor people, so many disadvantaged youth. You know, it's overwhelming. So big organizations, they need to make a choice. And when they choose to help, they choose to help the most vulnerable, of course. They do help for their own image. It looks better when they advertise to say that, well, they do work for street children, prostitutes, drug addicts. It will look much better, and it will be also easier to raise funds. So people are more, they say, ready to help to help people survive rather than to help people thrive. And it's understandable, but for us, I want to move beyond that. I want to show that we are just a normal country that would like, to move beyond the past and build a sustainable future.
Chắc là pha đây nè. Nè. Trời ơi. Đi kinh cầm lá thật thầy nó cầm thầy nó. Trắng lắm luôn. Ra bị rầy nè.
Không có tha gì nữa. Nó cho mát.
Trong đây trong cái bữa trưa này nè.
Okay.
When I came back to Cambodia in 2003, we found this land with the help of a friend in Tunibati. My husband and I wanted to build a housing compound there where people could live in a sustainable way. But then he died in 2009. I buried him on the plot to stop myself from selling it one day. Then, when we had the notice from the landlord in Phnom Penh and we had to look for a new location, I took the plunge. I said, okay, I have a large plot of land there, why not use it? So I decided we would move the school there. Everybody thought I was mad. Who would follow me to 30 kilometers outside Phnom Penh? And it was true, but I said, well, I'm ready to start from scratch again, and I could work just for the children in the village. I will have a village school, and that's it. I think everybody wants a meaningful life a purposeful life. It's the purpose that makes life meaningful. And my purpose is to build a school where in 40 years' time, 30 years' time, we will see a leader with vision. And why do I want this? Because I think all the ills of every country comes from a bad leader. If I want change, I need to do a deep work educating not only children but mass education as well. So how we go about this? I think if we want to change Cambodia, we need to change the Cambodian mentality and mindset. It means then focusing not only on academic excellence but also on moral education as well. Cambodian people are very human, but I think the policy of the last decades have really made them, turn them into people who despair, who have no hope. We need to instill in them hope in the future, trust, self-confidence and self-esteem. And that's what I would like to start with my school. I say start because, I alone can't do all that. What I would like is to inspire other people. People here live and work in a community. Things are beautiful, the school is beautiful, the environment is clean. It's absolutely the opposite of what they see when they step outside the school. All this under a Khmer guidance, a Khmer supervision, a Khmer curriculum with, Khmer management. Our school will be a place where there is a balance between tradition and modernity. We can be proud of our own culture and heritage, but at the same time, we can be proud of being also abreast of what's going on in the West. And I think we can achieve all this with the help of our donors, contributors, volunteers who come from all over the world.
So I first came here in the summer of 2013. I came with a group of 10 girls from the University of Leeds. So I decided to come back because I wanted to see the change that Seametrey had made and the development that had happened here. The school has grown so much. Now there's many buildings with lots of classrooms. There's a lot more students and a lot more staff. Working with Khmer teachers is fantastic. It's very eye-opening. The whole program here at Seametrey is very free and free-spirited. The children learn in a way that is natural to them and nothing is pushed upon them. That's definitely rubbed off on my own experience. I can see myself coming back for a third time in maybe another 3 years to see even how much more it's grown.
It's a clever way. ឥឡូវគាត់ឯងមើលមែនតើណាគាត់ណាតិចទៀតគឺថ្នាក់មួយត្រូវធ្វើកោះរបស់ខ្លួន Alright, each class will make an island. Class 1-1.
Muoy's dream of having a place to educate the poorest of the poor as well as the well-off in the same rooms as possible is a beautiful dream.
You know, there's the piece about how much I had to learn in order to do my project, but much, much more than that is about the connections, the dear friendships with the Khmer people who are here, and watching the children blossom. Every time they learn something new, they're so vibrant and so willing and so full of life. They're just so sweet. So
I learned that everybody's willing to help. If you give them a plan and you give them an idea and you tell them, start them off, you can create a lot of change.
This area is going to be basically a school, but the school relies on funding. So what Muoy is trying to do is create a recreational centre that will produce an income to make the school self-sustainable. There is going to be accommodation and a restaurant and a gym and basketball, volleyball, table tennis, arts and recreational centre, the swimming pools, 3 of them, skate park, football field, and we're going to invite the public in on weekends, pay an entrance fee and hiring of rackets and equipment to generate the income. Well, I think it's for a great cause. Personally, coming here is do something with more meaning than just going to a daily job. These children would have been on the streets or whatever if we weren't doing what we're doing, you know. So yeah.
Anybody know what this is? It's a bit like a mouse, but it's called. Okay, so are we doing it all together? Okay. Okay, next we have 4 Good. Next we had. What comes after 4? What comes after 4?
I think that it is my children who were the reason behind my drive and my resolve. My eldest one is a professor at the University of Washington doing research in plasma physics. My second son is very prominent in the windsurfing industry. My daughter, she wants to become a financial analyst. My youngest son is also a physicist, but in theoretical physics. He's doing a PhD at the King's College London. So they are all doing very well. And these are children whose grandparents, were illiterate. So these are children who come from really far. And they did so well. So this proves that had they not given the opportunity to have good education, quality education, they would have ended up like these children that roam the streets of Phnom Penh and elsewhere in Cambodia. That would be a waste for Cambodia, and that would be also a waste for humankind. So I thought I would like to give a chance, the same chance, to other children who don't have this opportunity. And that's why I talk about transforming Cambodia into a garden and not a junkyard, because these children, you don't know their potential. What would they be? Maybe there would be, a genius in there.
Nhưng chưa chạy ra là có bao giờ lại dương cứ mình được trả nó hay cái chỗ chặt màu nhưng lưu tam tập xa vậy vẫn á cái uột ngon nó cái tha xả nó con cái tôm châu mà tật vì trong màu xả à chúng ăn mình dễ vì chúng mình phần nào vì tất cả vì trong màu xả hay về bài màu hay kê mình làm ra tha châu riêng cá riêng thang ngà khai đập muôi thì trong ở con cái riêng đai đằng xa cái cứ mình bò té hay là ní con cái về cái lại từ ly thông lên bàiไปcái màu từ con làm lắm là cái che sọc sai bây giờ nhưng bài chết ra ban là thông
Chắc ông người là còn
នៅក្នុងកិច្ចការងារអ៊ំរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងតើអ៊ំគិតថាអ៊ំអាចខ្លាចទៅជាគ្រូម្នាក់បាន
ចង់ដែរតែសមត្ថភាពតែมันបាក់មិនចេះខ្លាចតែលើសមត្ថភាពព្រោះគ្រូតើចេះបង្រៀនក្មេងអក្សរផងឯបាននេះគាត់មានចិត្តសឹកចិត្តសាស្ត្រគាត់ថាធ្វើម៉េចកុំឲ្យក្មេងយំហើយដូចថាធ្វើអ្វីឲ្យក្មេងវាចាប់អារម្មណ៍ចឹងទេ
ជាគ្រូបានទេsaoអ៊ំបាននិយាយចេះដឹងតែពួកគាត់ទាំងអស់គ្នាបុគ្គលិកទាំងអស់គ្នាគឺគិតថាអ៊ំគឺដូចជាគ្រូមួយអញ្ចឹងដូចពួកខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងពួកគាត់អញ្ចឹងឃើញអ៊ំធ្វើនេះធ្វើនោះមើលក្មេងអ៊ំមិនអាចប្រកាន់គាត់ថាខ្លួនឯងចាស់ឬក៏ប្រកាន់ខ្លួនអីគឺអ៊ំធ្វើទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងហើយគាត់គេហៅថាគ្រូដែរអ៊ំចាគ្រូឲ្យធ្វើឲ្យពួកខ្ញុំឃើញថាមានកម្លាំងចិត្តឃើញអ៊ំធ្វើអញ្ចឹងពួកខ្ញុំក្មេងៗក៏មានធ្វើអាចធ្វើតាមអ៊ំបានអញ្ចឹងពួកខ្ញុំទាំងអស់នេះគាត់ថាអ៊ំគឺជាគ្រូដ៏ល្អអរគុណ
Whenever I'm here and look at our school, I feel rejuvenated. I imagine the future, the endless possibilities. For me, anything is possible with hard work and determination. I may not see it in my lifetime, but I know that one day there will be a prosperous Cambodia, a proud Cambodia, a country that values people, respects everyone, and champions human rights and dignity. A Cambodia that is proud of its roots, that has learned from its tragic history. A country built through education and principles of freedom in every sense of the word. Civilization in a sharing and caring manner. And last but not least, love for everyone. I know we can achieve this. This is my dream for my country. Together, we have risen from ashes. Together, we will soar to the sky.
Huh? No, it's fine.
It's wrong.
Okay, just do it again.
Okay.
No worries, you have plenty of tries.
Chia yang bay bóng nghe chẳng ai buồn